I see the timer on your phone.
Okay, fellas, guys and girls.
Trying not to move the damn legs.
Yeah, trying not to get everything too messed up here. All right.
Freaking countdown.
Yeah, sorry about that. Had to get the camera all set up. It's good to see you again, Jay.
Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah,
How you doing?
Doing all right, man. Hanging in there. But well, thanks for letting me come up here and hang out with you,
Man, I've been looking forward to it.
Dude, you were in the middle of the woods.
Yeah, I know. I'm up here.
Yeah, no wonder you talking to ghosts. There's nobody else out here to talk to.
No, I got nobody else to talk to. Nobody comes see me, so Ghost is all I got.
Yeah, you just hang out here and do stuff. So,
Yeah.
So what do you do here?
I build spirit boxes, ITC devices, everything from a simple little box up to as big as you want, you know.
Thanks.
Up to my intercom system, which handles a large investigation site. So
What do you mean an intercom system? What's that?
the intercom system is a base ghost box,
Yep.
and then has 4 satellite boxes
Yep.
that are basically speakers with small amplifiers. They'll run out 1,500 feet in each direction. You can cover 7,060,000 square feet of audio. Each one of those satellites has a small microphone in it. The wires that go out to feed it send the ghost box out to them. The microphone picks it up and sends it back to your main camp area, wherever you have your investigation set up. Once it's there, it's split up and it's recorded to all the audio channels, but you also have 8 cameras filming everything for both egress and ins and outs.
So you have like 8 separate feeds.
Yes, but it's all being monitored from 2 laptops and a DVR.
Oh, wow.
So all your audio is being recorded. Now what you're looking for and what we have found is in certain locations, a different voice comes out of one of the remote intercom system, one of the remote intercom boxes.
Gotcha.
A different voice comes out. But you're recording that, and on your laptop, you're actually seeing the waves of all your channels, and all of a sudden you'll see one of them spike, and it's a word that didn't come out of the other ones. But you only have one ghost box. So everything that comes out of those other ones, think about a surround sound system.
Right.
It should be the same,
Should be.
but sometimes it is not. So that room, something happened in that room. And that's why we have 8 cameras filming that. We're filming outside the room and inside the room to make sure another investigator didn't slip into that area. So it needs to be, it's a very monitored system. You make sure everybody's standing back except for the people that are in one room. Everyone else stands back.
That's cool.
So that's how the intercom system works.
Gotcha. Just making sure this is working. Says we're live. Oh yeah, look at that. We are live.
All right, well, good.
Nice, yeah.
So it wasn't a wasted explanation.
No, man, I was worried too. Like I was a little bit concerned, but it looks like it's working okay.
All right, good.
Yeah, because we're definitely out here in the middle of nowhere. We have like a crazy rig set up. We have my camera like kind of like in the doorway, along with my computer kind of in the doorway. Jump to your extender.
I have
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, my Wi-Fi extender just to get to you guys because we are out in the middle of nowhere where I'm at.
Yeah.
So we're glad to have you guys with us. Thank y'all for joining in.
Definitely.
But like I say, my devices start from something as small as the direct link up to as large. Now, the direct link.
Let me show this people. All right, guys, this is a direct link. Hopefully you can see that okay. Basically, it's kind of a small speaker, knobs on each side. We'll have them tell us about it.
Now, the direct link I originally created in 2014. And my idea was to have a direct contact device that is in contact with the human being, and you ask your questions and then you lay your finger on it. Now the first ones had a little copper plate, much like,
so you lay your finger
this
on
one.
Oh, okay.
Had a little copper plate because I know, as a master electrician, I know how well copper is a good conductor.
Right.
But we have salt water here and here. a lot of salt water. So my thought was, if we come in contact with this, we're going to get better reception.
Right. It's kind of like when you hold the antenna, like when you were a kid, when you had like old school TVs.
Exactly.
And you're like doing this.
And
you
Mama
know?
says don't move because she's watching the soap operas and she doesn't want you to move.
Yeah.
So that was my idea with the direct link. Now that was back in 2014. The code really hasn't changed a lot since 2014. The designs have changed some, but not the code. But what has happened is, fast forward a year and a half, the first medium, psychic, sensitive, whatever, got a hold of it. And they said, it was like, oh, that's like draining me. And I was like, it didn't make sense.
Right.
So over the last 5 or 6 years, we've discovered that for whatever reason, there's an energy transfer. When you lay your contact on this, you are completing the circuit. So you're the direct link.
So you become part of the box on those.
You become part of the link for the communication. So if you don't like the Ouija board, you might not like the direct link. If you're sensitive, if you're a medium or whatever, you might not like the direct link, or you may.
Because it does the same thing as a Ouija board. It uses you as the conduit between you and something else.
Now, these two were the original designs that I had. Now, this one belonged to Chris from Haunted Towns, and this one belonged to Mike G from Haunted Towns. I stole them back from them. What was that, season 1 or season 2, whichever it was. I built those for those guys.
And that was
then
a TV show, right? Haunted Towns?
Haunted Towns with TWC.
Oh, nice.
The
Tennessee Wraith Chasers.
Wraith Chasers, yeah. They're good friends of mine. And then you look at this one, you will see that it's a little bigger. It's a little newer design. I come up with this one last year. But all of these, like Ghost Adventures has like 7 or 8 of these in different designs. But I'm going to turn this one on, and you're going to hear a difference when I lay my finger on it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can definitely hear a difference.
So you're hearing a bit of an energy transfer, but you're also hearing it pick up more reception. So my original thought was, we're just going to pick up more reception. Some of these mediums and sensitives that are getting a hold of it, it doesn't matter which one they get a hold of, it squelches. It makes a loud noise.
Oh, weird.
And my theory is we're actually hearing the physical transfer of energy somehow. It doesn't matter which one they grab, it squelches when they get a hold of it. But they can hand it to 4 or 5 other people in the room, the box doesn't do anything.
That's weird, because that means that we can actually pick up energy through an audio source. Like
we're hearing
energy.
We're hearing the theory. The theory is we're exchanging energy. There's a transfer.
Do you feel like that's something just specific with your boxes, or is that something
I think it's just more noticeable with the direct link because of the way I built it. I believe it's capable with any device. I would love to be able to say, oh no, it can't work with anybody else's stuff, only mine. No, I think it's capable of any of them. It's just more noticeable because of the way I designed it.
Gotcha.
But once again, I wish I could take credit for it and say, oh, well, I meant for that to happen. Like some things, we invent something and we don't know exactly what's going to happen down the road.
Until you do.
And with the direct link, it's definitely one of those that I built it on a theory and it has just evolved on its own. And there were other things that have happened that were like, wow.
Right.
Didn't even expect it.
Is this like one of the first ones you made?
No. Well, this was the first one of the black and white.
Okay.
Now, Justin Sprayer has the very first one. It'll look just like this, and Zach Baggins uses it. Justin lets him use it. And it's got a copper plate on the side of it.
Kind of like that one up there.
Kind of like that one up there, but it's this design, this sloped design. He's got the prototype. I gave it to him as a present. This is the first one of the larger ones with echo and reverb.
Oh, wow.
Now, what we're going to do is we're going to turn this on.
So that it kind of like has its own portal built into it. Right?
It's got a well,
sort of.
I don't like the portal word, but yeah, we have echo and we have reverb. See if something's going to come through for us.
Do you ever actually have anything come through here in the shop?
When they want to talk, they do. And then they'll shut up and they won't say another word to me. This is scanning 2,400 frequencies randomly.
How many does like a regular ghost box, like let's say like a Radio Shack hack job, like how many does that?
A little over 200.
So you're doing 2,000, 10 times as many.
Yes, a little over 2,000. Wow. That one down there will do almost 10,000. It'll do 9,880 frequencies.
What's the purpose in having so many frequencies?
Because we don't know what frequency that they're on. Yeah. And if they want to use the audio snippets,
they're not on like 97.9. You can't just like tune it in, right? Be like,
no,
hey.
Yeah. Well, that's the goal, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we would like to be able to have it to where we just pick it up like a cell phone,
right? And
go, hey, Nedna, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know, we're not there yet. And since we're not there yet, I'm trying to give as many options as I can for them on the other side to use.
Do you think there's going to be a time where we are there? Do you think we're going to be actually able to like?
I think so.
Say, hey, Aunt Edna, is that what you said?
Yeah.
What are you doing out there on the other side? So you think there's going to be a time?
I think there will be. I don't know how many more lifetimes it will be, or maybe there's a rule that we're not supposed to. I don't know.
Right.
But I can tell you right now, if there was one that could be created, Elon Musk would have already done it, and it would be on Amazon.
Yeah, that dude's smart.
He's smart.
Yeah.
So we're not there yet, but we're working towards it. And my direct link can set silent for 30, 40 minutes and not say a word. But when something comes out, a lot of times, mostly, it's relevant. It's relevant.
What is the difference between your direct link and a regular like Hack Shack where you get a whole bunch of radio noise? You know what I mean? Like a lot of times when I use the ghost box, it's almost hard to say that this is a spirit and this is the radio. Is yours that way? And if it's not, what sets it apart? You know
there are times when the FM frequencies in certain areas will just come through. And if they want to use those audio snippets, they will. Sometimes you will get false positives. We get false positives with all boxes all the time. I've tried to rule out as many false positives. Think about a linear scan with 200 frequencies.
Yeah.
And it's scanning at, let's say it's scanning at 100 milliseconds. All right. And it hits 95.5. 95.5 is 95.5 rock all day, all night.
All day, all night. Yeah.
100 milliseconds from now, it's going to hit that station again. And every 100 milliseconds, it's going to hit that station. Without fail, it's going to hit it. So if that DJ's having a conversation, every 100 milliseconds, whether you want to or not, you're going to hear his conversation. And if it's just his conversation and not a spirit, you got to weed that out in your own mind.
Right.
With mine is a random scan. Okay. It is scanning those 2,400 frequencies randomly, anywhere from 1.2 seconds, which is the slowest speed, up to 40 milliseconds. 40 milliseconds is just
screaming.
You can't hear it.
Yeah, yeah.
You would actually have to record it and then play it back. But you can record it because I have plenty of audio inputs and outputs. This is, you used the P word a while ago. This is my version of a small handheld direct contact box that uses the same thing with the echo and the reverb as people like to do with portals.
Boxes, yeah.
However, this is designed specifically for ITC. The portal is designed for the guy on stage playing for a bunch of drunks in a bar with a guitar. This is designed
because it's an amp, right?
It's an amplifier.
So for the people who don't really know, like it's really just a bunch of guitar stuff, basically guitar pedals in a
plug and play
amplified speaker. Yeah,
it's plug and play. Now I'm not saying it can't work. If you go over there with a string and a can, and I come over here and we start talking back and forth, there's a possibility we could hear a voice in there that's not ours.
True.
I believe anything can and be used by them for communication. So I'm not saying the portal can't work. It can work.
Right.
Apps can work. Anything can work. People have recorded conversations they thought came off of a dead telephone line. Their phones have rang that weren't even plugged into the wall.
Oh, wow.
I mean, there's been instances all through history of these voices that people have heard that are unexplainable. So I'm not going to sit here and say that none of that stuff can work. It can all work. We just haven't narrowed down exactly what's the perfect one yet. We haven't built the cell phone yet
Right.
to the dead.
Right.
You know,
But you're getting close.
but that's our goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's our goal.
So you started off with basically this idea that was spurred by what? Like I guess really what I'm asking you, Jay, is like what got you into this and what drove you to be motivated to work so hard on something like this? Like
Whenever I started in the field investigating, now I'm a retired master electrician. When I got in all my life, no matter what it was, whether it was riding bulls, whether it was riding motorcycles or Marine Corps, if I did it 150%, no matter what.
yeah.
I get in the paranormal, same thing. Everything goes to the wayside and I'm investigating. But I want this equipment. I want that equipment. I want this equipment. Well, it didn't exist.
Right.
I was like, well, then, damn it, I'm going to build it. If I can't find it, I can't buy it, I'm going to build it. So in 2010, I started building it. And then a few of my neighbors wanted it because I had other people that I knew in Maine that investigated.
Right.
Corey is one of them.
Yeah.
Justin Spurrier is another one. And I started, so it started off me selling in Maine, and then I started selling them to other people in the country, and
Didn't
word
Corey
spread.
get one of your first boxes or something?
Yep.
I thought so. Yeah.
Yep. He did. Actually,
Do you have it?
right here. Corey, if you're watching,
Oh, that's great, dude.
that's it.
That's the one Corey bought.
That's the one Corey bought. And
awesome.
it ended up in Justin Spurrier's hands.
No way.
Yeah. Now that is one of my originals.
So what is?
I mean, that is old school intercom box.
So this is the first the first box that Corey bought from you
Yep.
back in the day. It's pretty awesome. It's got like all kinds of different old school kind of knobs on it, you know, for like echo delay, master volume, squelch. It's pretty cool.
That was one of my first Frankensteins. And that one went to Corey. For whatever reason, him and Justin, I don't know, they did something. And back then I was 3D printing, so, you know, this is all 3D print. And it ended up getting traded off to Justin Spurrier. Justin had it for years. Zach actually used this in one of the episodes.
No way.
But there's a short in the battery box back here. You see this right here?
Yeah.
Because it was one of my very first Frankenstein boxes. So Justin shipped it back, and I gotta actually, it's right here. I've got to put this in it.
Right on.
But yeah, that's one of my first Frankensteins. Because back then, I was really just using whatever I had to try to put something together.
Yeah. Corey told me he really liked this one, by the way. Like, he said this was really cool.
Well, then why the hell did he? They must have had some kind of deal between him and Justin.
Probably, man. Probably. He's always trading stuff around. Justin probably had something he really wanted.
But we did this deal in the parking lot like drug dealers. Because he meets me. No, it wasn't him. No, he sent somebody.
Did he?
Who was it he sent? Corey, if you're listening, you sent somebody to the parking lot to meet me. And we're like in the parking lot going, hey man, you want a ghost box? A little something on the side? And
Yeah.
and I sell it to him, and he leaves, and I leave, and I go back home.
That's great.
And that's how we met. Or maybe it was Corey that showed up. I don't know. That was a lot of years ago, dude.
Yeah, he told me it was like 10 years ago or something.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah, maybe
and
not
that
quite
box
that
is still running. It just has that little short that I gotta swap this out on it.
So, but you said something about Zach a minute ago. I don't know if people out there, they don't understand this, but you definitely work with Ghost Adventures and
Yes.
The Wrath Chasers. And
Wraith Chasers, yeah.
Wraith Chasers.
Tennessee Wraith Chasers.
And who else? Are you working with anyone else now?
Well, some of the, I can't say some of the other shows because they haven't aired yet.
Gotcha.
So
But
it's
there's some other
hard.
ones out there.
There's at least 3 other TV shows that in the fall you will be seeing more of my equipment on those TV shows.
Cool. So why
And
is
they
it,
are very popular shows.
why is it they're picking your equipment? You don't have to be humble.
They like it.
Yeah.
They like it.
Because it works, right?
Jack Osborne, the first time he grabbed a hold of one, he loved it.
Nice.
So I'll drop that little tidbit out there.
Yeah.
He loved it. So yeah, I mean, it's just one of those devices. It either works for you or, well, for most people, it works for them, but it works whenever they want it to work.
Right.
So I guess what I'm trying to say, there's not a lot of false positives. Right. If you're not getting anything, they're not talking.
Right.
So
what's it feel to be like, I'm just going to call you a redneck from Maine because like, I mean that in the nicest way. But what's it like to just be who you are and then create this device and have it used all over the TV paranormal world? And...
It was surreal in the beginning. When I first got the phone call from Justin, it was surreal. And I was like, no way. There's no way my stuff's going to be on Ghost Adventures. It's just no way.
Because that's the biggest paranormal show like ever, man. Ever. And
from then on, everything, well, even today, as we keep going, things happen that are surreal. I'll get a phone call and I never know who's on the other end of that line. And I'm like, oh, yes, sir. How are you, sir? You betcha. Yeah, whatever you want. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe who just called me.
Yeah.
You know, so it's still surreal even to this day. Because I am just the guy. You see, this is my crazatorium. This is where everything.
This is where it all goes down, right here.
Yeah. And you see all my stock on that shelf. It just, but I can't build to the volume that's being ordered. And I don't want to change what I do. Everyone is hand built for that person.
Yeah, the people at home can't see, but you probably have 70 like direct link boxes on your shelves waiting to be built. So are all these like already spoken for? I mean, do you have like
No. I'm never building more than 4 or 5 at a time.
Wow.
Never. And until I get caught up on those, then I'll take some more orders. So if you sent me emails and you're still trying to figure out why I haven't messaged you back, I will get to you sooner or later. I just can't build to the volume. I can't. And I don't want to change what I'm doing either. If somebody really wants one, they'll continue to contact me, and what's supposed to happen will happen.
Right.
And I'll get it built.
I see different kinds of speakers and stuff. Are you trying to like...
Now, those were my black boxes that I was selling back in 2018.
Oh, okay.
I still have about 12 of those left. And they were Bluetooth, and I actually have 2 of them back here in a case. They sounded pretty good. They worked pretty good. It wasn't what I was looking for. I didn't, they're fine on the coffee table.
Right.
But I wanted this. I wanted something weatherproof.
Yeah. I got to show
weather resistant.
I'm going to show it to these folks.
High volume. That's 100 watts.
This thing is crazy. So this is basically everything you'd ever want in a paranormal research tool. Like it has everything in it. It has cameras on the back. It has
3 cameras, 4 microphones. It has an IR laser, a green laser. It has UVA lights and IR lights. There's 46 LEDs in there. It's got a 4-inch screen. It'll record up to 1 terabyte of audio and video. It's a spirit box. It's also a video ghost box.
What's that?
Well, that's when you have the camera that loops it back and forth.
Does that just make like a mirror effect?
Well, it does, except for I built my own mixer where I'm adding white noise and everything to it. And all of this hooks up. So I'm actually, now on this one, my normal ParaView is a loop system.
Okay. That's
my normal IDC ParaView. It's on my website. This one, I'm actually incorporating the from the room into the loop as well.
Oh, wow. So you have two feeds.
I have 2 feeds coming into it, but I've also have the UV laser, the green laser, the UVA lights, and the IR lights. All those light frequencies are also going through the video ghost box.
Gotcha.
Okay? And you're recording everything in real time. And then I have another monitor down there that hooks up so you can walk out into the room and have this pointed at you, and you can actually be in the video with you interacting, and you've got a 7-inch monitor in your hand, so you're actually seeing what you're recording. You're watching yourself interacting in the lasers as you're doing the ghost box session.
What's the theory behind this? I mean, I've heard people talk about it, but I really don't understand the theory of like the video ghost box.
Did you ever see the movie White Noise?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's all he did was he just looped it. And he was getting these images. Now, Frank did it. And Frank built a
Frank
couple of different,
Sumption.
yep,
Okay.
Frank Sumption built a couple of different versions. I decided to come up with my own theories on what I wanted to do something a little different. He already had his out there. Some other people had, I'm not sure who had them out at the time other than Frank. So I come up with the pair view in around 2012, 2013 was the first pair view. And all I wanted to do was continuously loop that. And I was getting some very interesting results out of it. But I thought I could go farther. I want to see everything that's out there. I want to look at all those light spectrums. I want to listen to all those audio spectrums. So that's how this one ended up with 3 cameras and 4 microphones. Because I'm trying to listen to everything, view everything. It's being recorded. If I don't catch it in real time as I'm watching it, then I'll go back and review it.
Do you have any of these in the field right now?
This is the only one in existence like this.
Wow.
Now, if you take this off, if you remove this from the top,
Yeah.
and then you have a 2K box.
Okay.
What makes this the Spectro is the fact that I'm using the 2 lasers, which if somebody wanted the 2 lasers, I can give them. If they want the IRs, the UVA lights, I can give them that. But if you take this camera off, remove this, never put that camera on, you basically have a 20, it's a 2K series box. It's like a 2333, I think, is what this one. My intercom boxes all have numbers.
Okay.
Each one of those numbers have a designation. You see that cut sheet right there?
Oh, yep.
So each number has a designation for me on what that, so a model number tells you exactly what's in it. So, but this one also has the EVP live assist circuit. Basically, you have a microphone.
Yep.
Let's turn it on. We turn the tuner off. Turn this down a little bit. Hello?
Ah, I see what you're saying.
Okay. May have to turn it down a little bit more. You hear how sensitive it is?
Yeah.
Hello? So right now we are actually doing a live EVP. If a voice comes through here, and this is for true ITC experimenters,
Right, right.
because there's a lot of practice that goes into this. But right now, you can hear my voice.
Yeah, it's set up perfectly because you can hear it. It's perfect. Yeah.
It's per- perfect. So but if my hand
Yeah, looks like it did. Is it on my phone?
Not yet. Yeah, I'm seeing something.
Oh, nice. So we saved it. So we lost it. So yeah, we lost the internet for a minute, guys. I apologize, but just like we were saying earlier, we are literally out in the middle of the woods. So if we lose the internet, I apologize, but we're definitely doing the best we can.
All right, so we're a little bit behind. Yeah.
It works. Oh yeah, there's all kinds of people on here, man. Kathy Byers, Nancy Marshall Howe, Travis. You know Travis Hartford.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's like, Jay's boxes are great. He made a special edition for the Parafest Maine last year.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I did too. Oh, look at that. Justin Spurrier's here.
Oh no, he's sitting here listening to me talk about him.
Yeah, sure enough.
He's probably gonna give me hell.
I'm sure. Yeah, there's all kinds of folks on here. That's cool. We lost a few when we dropped out, but that's okay.
Well, what I was going to say was the direct radio voice. We're talking about EVPs, and then we're talking about a spirit box voice, which is when they use audio snippets.
Oh, yeah.
The direct radio voice is when they inject their voice directly into the radio, and you hear it. Now, most of the time, we don't know the difference between the radio snippets and the direct radio voice.
Right.
What I'm discovering with my device, and I'm not saying the direct link's the only one that'll do it. I'm betting there's other devices out there that do it too. And if people start paying attention, they might figure it out. What's happening is, with this direct link here, it has echo and reverb. A voice will come through and it has echo and reverb, like it should have.
Right.
The next voice will come through. There's no echo and reverb.
How is that possible?
Exactly.
Because it's going through the circuit, so...
Well, then it's not going through the circuit. It's not coming from the tuner. It's not a radio voice. It's not a ghost box voice. It's a direct radio voice. In my opinion, these are my opinions.
I see what you're saying.
Because they somehow directly talked into this speaker. I don't know how they did it. Now, this doesn't have a microphone like that one does.
Right.
Now, these are going to start having, that's going to be an option. Even the direct links are going to have the microphone and the live IT assist circuit that the 2Ks have. But for now, this one doesn't have a microphone. But yet, voices will come out. Even Billy from Ghost Adventures had one in that basement of whatever that, it was a tuberculosis ward, whatever it was. And there was voices coming out, and some of them had echo and some of them didn't. And there was a man's voice and a woman's voice. And her voice was not echoing and reverbing.
Weird.
None. So that to me is a direct radio voice. Because it did not come from the tuner. It did not come from the amp, from the echo or any of that. So those are direct radio voices. So even as you're listening to any device, not just mine, any of the builders' devices, you're catching sometimes EVPs, direct radio voices, or ghost box voices, depending on what they decide to use to communicate with us.
Right.
Mine is just, for whatever reason, I'm being able to tell the difference.
So back in the day, we used to like have, my friend of mine had a CB radio. He had like a linear amp hooked up to it.
Yeah.
And dude, you could key that thing and you could hear it over a speaker that wasn't even hooked up to anything. Like,
yeah.
It would just make a speaker work. You know
exactly.
what I mean? So like, I wonder if like spirits have enough energy to where they can actually do that too.
Here's the thing about the direct link. I'm giving them the energy when I lay my finger here. They can feed off of my energy. Remember we talked about hearing that energy transfer with some people?
Yeah.
If there's enough energy there that we can actually hear it, then there's enough energy there. It would be like that linear amp. That spirit could use it and talk directly through that speaker. Doesn't need the tuner, doesn't need the amplifier. It's going to talk right through that speaker. And that's what you just heard. And the direct link, and we have a new show coming up. Me and Joseph Warner are going to be doing a show where we're going to be breaking down video clips from various places. A lot of teams have video clips. We're going to actually be breaking down these audio clips of my devices, and we're going to explain what happened there. Because a lot of times people will go, well, that was kind of weird. Well, we're going to break that down, and we're going to go into the theory of why that happened and what was in the device that may have caused that to happen.
That's cool. So you're going to be basically critiquing your own
Yep.
Spirit Box sessions.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Or anybody else's. And I mean, and I'm getting video clips from all over the world. I mean, my boxes are in New Zealand. I told you, 12, 15 countries right now. So I get these clips from all over the world. That one from GMA in the Philippines, my box in the Philippines, Bill Hauser had it. And they're in the back of a cab, and it's on GMA TV, which is, it's kind of like our travel channel in the Philippines. And they're filming, and this dialect starts coming through the direct link, and it's an ancient dialect. It's not something that would be on the radio.
Oh, that's cool.
So to me, that was a direct radio voice once again. But when we think of direct radio voice for me and you, we're thinking English.
Right.
Now I got to broaden it and go, okay, well, if you're getting an ancient dialect that no one would be using on the radio in the Philippines, that's once again a direct radio voice being injected into the device as they're running along in the back of this cab filming. That's a direct radio voice. No one's going to be talking on the radio in that dialect.
No, definitely not.
So that's these awesome. Are the things we're going to be breaking down on the new show, is theories behind stuff is working.
Where can people watch it?
Well, Joseph Warner's kind of the boss on this one, so I'm following his lead, but I think it's going to be coming up in the next week. Nice. And we're going to be doing this live.
Oh, cool. So it's going to be like online.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be on Facebook.
Oh, sweet.
And he's got, also, they may be doing some live investigations, and I'll go along from the ride virtually. And if something happens with my devices, before they move to the next location, we'll just go ahead and break it down right then. What happened, and see if we can recreate it before they move to the next room or whatever.
Oh, that's awesome.
So as the creator, I'm going to get to go along for the ride and weigh in for what it's worth, weigh in on what I just witnessed, and maybe we can recreate it, but let's try it a different way.
Right.
Instead of me watching it a week from now and going, man, I wish I'd been there. I'd have told them, if we do it live and I'm along for the ride, we might get some interesting stuff, because we're like, oh, nope, go back. Right. Go grab some wires. We're fixed to go to work.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because you've had enough experiences with these things to know what's real and what's not.
I know what to expect out of them. I still get surprised all the time, but I know what I want out of them. I know what my theories were that went into them, so I know what they're capable of. I want to see them used that way. Right. It's kind of like, and I'm not comparing myself to Shelby, but you don't want a 90-year-old lady, if you were Shelby, you don't want a 90-year-old lady driving your Mustang.
Right.
You want somebody to take that thing out there and punch the gas pedal and let her rock.
Drop the hammer.
So that's, so if I get to go along for the ride, I'm going to help them push that gas pedal.
Nice.
We're going to come up with some ideas, and we're going to see if it gets interesting or not. So it'll be me, Joseph Warner, and Austin Maynard. And then we may have other guests on too, but I'm not in charge of all this. Joseph Warner is in charge of all this, and he's the mastermind behind it. Well, kind of like you're the mastermind behind this one.
Yeah. I don't know about mastermind. I'm definitely trying though.
I'd still be shooting mine with just a cell phone and then running in the house and uploading it.
Yeah. But I know we can sit here and talk all night, man. But is there anything you want to like point out about your devices before we get off here?
A lot.
Yeah.
It's too much for. I've been doing this for 10 years, so there's no way to sit down and even an hour. And I've done it on other radio shows. You know, I've been on a lot of radio shows, a lot of podcasts, and it's hard to sit down in just 1 hour and go through 10 years worth of mistakes, 10 years worth of work and theories and ideas, and to get me where I'm at. Yeah. So just follow me. Go on YouTube, look at some of my videos, follow my Facebook, follow me on if the videos are on YouTube, that's the same ones that would be on my website. So.
Gotcha. So where can people find you?
The IDCdevices.com.
IDCdevices.com. All right. And where else?
And on my YouTube channel, W Prather, on YouTube.
And it's the same on Facebook too.
Yep. And you'll see the black hat logo.
Nice.
You can't miss the black hat.
Yeah, I've got one of those shirts too, man. I think it's the coolest. It's got the old black hat
on
the back. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it's perfect. I like it. Nice. So awesome, man. Well, I appreciate you like hanging out and doing this. It's definitely really cool. It's nice to be able to talk to you like face to face and be in your shop and actually.
Well, the last time we were, we were together in
the Conjuring House.
The Conjuring House, because was that before or after Maine? Over in Vassalboro. You come to Vassalboro?
Yeah, I was there. That was after. I think. Shit, man, I don't know.
I don't freaking know. No, it was after, because we were. It had to be after, because Vassalboro was October.
Yeah.
No, Vassalboro was after.
Yeah.
Because we were there in August.
Yeah.
We were there in August in Rhode Island at the Conjuring House. I don't know, dude. It's
all blur, dude.
It's all like a blur.
But yeah, we've been talking about getting together for a long time. I'm glad we actually did it.
Yeah.
I'm excited to go out back and drink a beer. And
yeah, we're going to go have a beer. We're going to light a fire, and we're going to enjoy our evening.
Do some redneck Maine stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks a lot, everybody.
See y'all.
And I will be back another time.